If cinnamon rolls and sourdough focaccia had a baby, this would be it. Soft, pull apart layers, buttery cinnamon sugar in every bite, and those caramelized crispy edges. Absolutely unreal. Let me show you how to make this pull apart cinnamon roll sourdough focaccia. You will start with 100 grams of active sourdough starter. It has to be at peak and nice and bubbly. You will see here that there's a lot of starter because I am making a double batch, but I am going to tell you the recipe for just one sourdough focaccia. Now you'll add 350 grams of filtered water, and you want to mix these two together until you have dissolved the starter into the water. Now you'll add 15 grams of olive oil and 30 grams of honey. And as always, I will have the recipe in the description down below if you want to go ahead and screenshot it. So now you will mix these ingredients together until the honey is well dissolved, and then you will add 500 grams of flour and 10 grams of salt. You will go ahead and mix everything together until everything is well incorporated. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a double batch, so I will go in there with my hands to make sure that all of the flour is well incorporated with the rest of the dough. Now I'm using a rubber bench scraper to clean the sides of the bowl. That way I can have a clean bowl and the dough doesn't get stuck to the dry bits of the dough on the bowl, if that makes sense. So now you let your dough rest for 30 minutes and you do your first set of stretch and folds. You grab the dough, pull it, and fold it over. I do this 4 times, going all around the bowl, and then I do like to grab my dough and flip it over. And then I do some gentle slap and folds. This helps build more strength to your dough and it just gives it a nice smooth surface at the end of each set. And now you will wait 30 minutes to do the second set, and we will do the exact same thing, grabbing the dough and folding it over, going around the bowl 4 times, and then we will grab the dough and flip it over to perform some gentle slap and folds. It doesn't look so gentle here on camera, but I promise you it is. I do speed it up as well, so it maybe look a little bit harsh, but it's not. So now you let your dough rest for 30 minutes and then you will do your third and fourth set. On your third and fourth set, you do want to only do coil folds because your dough is starting to rise and we don't want to disrupt any of the progress that the dough has made. You can see how smooth this dough is already. So I decided to do a pull apart type of focaccia cinnamon roll concoction recipe, I guess, if you will. But you can actually just do a regular focaccia for this if you'd like. You could just go ahead and put the dough in your baking tray of choice, let it rise, dimple it, and then just throw on top the cinnamon sugar mixture. But here you will see that I am going to split the dough in half because this will make 2 of the pull apart focaccias. I am making the other one for somebody else, so you will not see the other one here on this video because I only have 1 tray of the 9x9s. So this dough right here will go into the refrigerator for a cold proof before I let it go for its second rise. Now I'm making the cinnamon sugar mixture. I am using 1 cup of brown sugar and about 4 or 5 tablespoons of cinnamon. I also have 1 stick of unsalted melted butter. That way we can dip our dough into it. So now I have my baking tray ready with some parchment paper on it, and I am cutting the dough into small little dough balls. I don't make them into balls exactly. I just cut them, put them in the melted butter and then into the cinnamon sugar, and this is what they look like. I put them side by side and I fill up the entire pan. This is a 9x9 baking dish, so you will fill up the entire bottom of the pan and still have dough left over. So with the dough that's left over, you want to cut smaller pieces of dough. That way you can put it in between the other dough balls. So you will put it in the center, I guess, of 4. And that way you can have like chunky pieces and it's not just super flat. That's why I like to use the 9x9 baking dish, because it gives me a taller pull apart focaccia, and this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. Now you will let it rise for about an hour and a half. This is how long it took for mine. And then you want to dimple it very, very gently. If you severely overproof focaccia, you will not get a tall focaccia. It'll just be flat and you won't have any dimpling on the dough whatsoever. So just be very gentle. As you can see, I'm just using one finger. And then I'm adding a little bit of heavy cream on the edges of the pan, and then a little bit on the center. You don't want to overdo it with the heavy cream. At this point, your oven should be preheated to 425 degrees, and you will put your pan in there at the bottom rack for 25 minutes, or until the internal temperature is from 200 degrees to 210. For the icing, I did 1 cup of powdered sugar, about 3 tablespoons of milk, and a tablespoon of vanilla paste. I like my icing to be thick, as you can see here. That way the icing isn't too runny and it kind of solidifies in a chunky way, if that makes sense. Once the focaccia is done baking, you want to wait 15 minutes before adding the icing. That way it doesn't melt and it can stay in these nice little streaks and it can look nice and pretty. After adding the icing, I decided to take out the focaccia from the pan. Using the parchment paper helps doing that, so that's why I always like to use the parchment paper. I went ahead and put it on a cooling rack, and then I took off the parchment paper, and this is the end result. Look at how beautiful this turned out to be. The edges were nice and crunchy. It was super soft on the inside, and on the bottom of the focaccia there was so much gooiness and deliciousness. It was so warm and cozy. You don't need to be rolling out any cinnamon rolls. All you have to do is this recipe. The inside of the little dough balls are perfectly cooked. They're not gummy whatsoever, and you just get that perfect bite. If you enjoyed this recipe, go ahead and give this video a like. Comment down below your favorite emoji. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Hold up. Look at this gooiness on the bottom. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.